In the modern entertainment landscape, the American public is constantly fed a diet of highly curated, meticulously produced underdog stories. Every week, millions of viewers tune into reality television networks to watch seemingly ordinary individuals step into the spotlight and change their destinies. However, as our ongoing investigations into the television industry have shown, these narratives are often heavily manipulated by studio executives to maximize emotional engagement and advertising revenue. But tonight, we are reporting on a profound anomaly within this billion-dollar system. We are examining the unprecedented rise of Sophie Pecora, a young artist who entered the corporate reality television machine and completely subverted its intended outcome. This is not merely a segment about a viral singer. This is a deep dive into the tension between raw, unfiltered human authenticity and the rigid, high-stakes demands of the commercial music industry. By tracking Pecora's journey from a severely isolated and bullied adolescent to a multi-million-dollar independent digital mogul, we uncover a shifting paradigm in modern media. We are exploring how a self-described outcast managed to hijack the very systems designed to exploit her, ultimately retaining total control over her art, her finances, and her public identity. Stay with us as we dissect the business mechanics, the psychological endurance, and the ultimate triumph of the internet's most authentic misfit. To truly comprehend the magnitude of Sophie Pecora's eventual triumph, our investigation must first examine the deeply challenging environment that served as her creative incubator. According to our sociological analysis of her early digital footprint, her formative years were defined by severe social isolation and relentless peer mistreatment within the middle school ecosystem. In educational environments, the pressure to conform is absolute, and those who fall outside the standard social metrics are frequently subjected to systematic psychological alienation. For Pecora, the classroom was not a place of learning, but a daily environment of intense emotional distress. Consequently, she sought refuge in the only environment where she retained complete agency, her bedroom. It was within this isolated sanctuary that she began to channel her experiences into songwriting. However, she was not producing the sanitized, heavily demographic-tested pop music typically associated with teenage artists. Instead, our reporting shows that her early acoustic rap compositions functioned as real-time, unfiltered diaries. She documented the visceral pain of social anxiety, the cruelty of rumors, and the profound feeling of invisibility. When she made the decision to upload these highly vulnerable sessions to YouTube, she was not executing a corporate marketing strategy. She was seeking a basic human connection. From a media studies perspective, this represents a crucial shift in talent discovery. The traditional gatekeepers of the music industry were entirely bypassed. Her bedroom became an independent broadcasting studio, and her willingness to expose her deepest insecurities established a profound, unshakable trust with a growing audience of disenfranchised youth who saw their own struggles reflected in her lyrics. The trajectory of Pecora's career experienced a seismic and highly unpredictable acceleration when her digital catalog was discovered by the broader YouTube algorithm. Our digital forensics team notes that her channel received a massive promotional endorsement from one of the platform's most prominent, yet deeply polarizing digital creators. In the contemporary media ecosystem, a cosign from a creator with an audience of tens of millions acts as an immediate, unparalleled catalyst for visibility. Practically overnight, Pecora's subscriber count surged from a modest following into the millions, fundamentally altering her digital footprint. However, journalistic analysis reveals that this type of sudden, exponential growth carries immense institutional risk. When an independent artist is catapulted into the global spotlight through the endorsement of a highly controversial internet personality, their nascent brand becomes inextricably linked to that figure's public reputation. As the endorsing creator eventually faced significant public relations crises and intense internet backlash regarding their past behavior, Pecora's newly established career was suddenly placed in extreme jeopardy. She was forced to navigate the incredibly volatile landscape of internet cancel culture and public scrutiny before she had even reached adulthood. The challenge she faced was monumental: how to retain the massive audience that had just discovered her, while simultaneously distancing herself from the controversies of her digital benefactor. This period serves as a masterclass in modern crisis management for independent artists. By remaining entirely focused on the authenticity of her musical output and refusing to engage in digital drama, she managed to weather a PR storm that routinely destroys the careers of significantly older and more experienced media figures. Recognizing the inherent instability of relying solely on a volatile internet ecosystem, Pecora made a highly strategic, yet terrifyingly bold move. She transitioned from the digital realm to traditional broadcast television. Entering the arena of America's Got Talent is a massive gamble for an independent artist. Our industry insiders confirm that reality television is designed to strip contestants of their autonomy, forcing them into highly edited, producer-driven narratives. For a young woman whose entire brand was built on raw, unpolished authenticity, stepping onto a stage controlled by network executives and judged by industry titan Simon Cowell was an extraordinary risk. Archival footage of her audition reveals the immense psychological weight of this moment. Standing before a live audience of thousands and a television audience of millions, wearing her signature oversized clothing, she appeared visibly overwhelmed by the magnitude of the production. The environment was engineered to induce anxiety, a stark contrast to the quiet safety of the bedroom where she wrote her music. The television producers likely anticipated a standard, nervous vocal performance that they could mold into a typical shy girl narrative. However, Pecora was about to execute a performance that would completely shatter the network's preconceived storyline. She was not there to ask for the industry's permission to be a star. She was there to deliver a direct, unflinching message to every individual who had ever doubted or marginalized her. The tension in the auditorium was palpable, setting the stage for one of the most disruptive moments in the history of competitive reality television. When the performance began, the meticulously crafted television illusion was instantly pierced by raw reality. Rather than delivering a predictable pop cover, Pecora launched into a rapid-fire, emotionally devastating original composition. Our lyrical analysis of the broadcast confirms that she directly addressed the mechanics of bullying, social exclusion, and the intense mental toll of adolescent cruelty. The delivery was uncompromising, bypassing the typical theatricality of the show to deliver a profound sociological statement on national television. The reaction within the auditorium was immediate and unprecedented. The judging panel, typically known for their calculated critiques, was left completely stunned by the sheer bravery and unvarnished truth of the performance. The climax of this broadcast event occurred when guest judge Brad Paisley, recognizing the cultural importance of her message, bypassed the standard voting procedure and struck the golden buzzer. This action instantly triggered a global media shockwave. The footage of her performance proliferated across every major social media network, transforming her from a niche internet talent into a mainstream cultural phenomenon. However, our investigation notes that this victory was dual-layered. On the surface, it was a triumph of talent, but on a deeper level, it was a public reckoning. By weaponizing the exact experiences that were meant to break her, she forced a national conversation about the psychological impact of bullying. She proved that vulnerability, when articulated with precision and courage, is a far more compelling television product than anything a team of network writers could ever artificially manufacture. The immediate aftermath of a viral television phenomenon is traditionally the most dangerous period for an emerging artist. Following the broadcast of her golden buzzer moment, our industry sources indicate that the corporate music infrastructure immediately mobilized. Record executives and talent management agencies descended upon Pecora, recognizing her massive, highly engaged demographic as a highly lucrative commercial asset. The standard operating procedure for major labels dealing with young reality television stars is aggressively predatory. The corporate strategy involves capitalizing on the artist's sudden fame by offering substantial upfront financial incentives in exchange for the permanent acquisition of their master recordings and total creative control over their public image. Industry whistleblowers confirm that the pressure applied to Pecora during this phase would have been immense. The objective of these conglomerates was to sanitize her misfit persona, streamline her songwriting into generic, radio-friendly pop anthems, and ultimately package her as a conventional, easily controllable commodity. This is the exact juncture where the vast majority of young talent capitulates. Overwhelmed by the sudden influx of wealth and the intimidating presence of powerful executives, most artists sign contracts that effectively terminate their creative independence. The machine fully expected Pecora to follow this well-worn path of corporate assimilation. They underestimated the business acumen of a digital native who fundamentally understood that her core value was intrinsically tied to her refusal to conform to institutional expectations. In a move that completely disrupted traditional industry expectations, Sophie Pecora executed a massive professional rebellion. She categorically rejected the major label ecosystem. Instead of surrendering her creative autonomy to a corporate board, she made the highly calculated decision to walk away from the traditional Hollywood infrastructure. Our financial analysis of her career trajectory reveals that this was not merely an act of artistic defiance. It was a sophisticated business strategy. By electing to remain an independent artist, Pecora retained 100% ownership of her master recordings, her publishing rights, and her brand equity. She recognized that the digital community she had cultivated from her bedroom was vastly more powerful than any traditional marketing campaign a label could offer. Leveraging direct-to-consumer digital distribution platforms, independent touring logistics, and self-funded production, she effectively built a vertically integrated entertainment empire. Today, the fiscal results of this independence are staggering. By avoiding the notoriously exploitative royalty structures of major record deals, she has generated millions in independent revenue. She continues to release music that resonates deeply with her core demographic, maintaining the gritty, honest aesthetic that defined her early work. Her success serves as a definitive case study in the economics of the modern creator economy. She proved that an artist no longer requires the validation or the capital of legacy media institutions to achieve elite-level commercial success, provided they possess the courage to completely trust their audience and the business intelligence to protect their intellectual property. As we conclude this comprehensive investigative report, the broader implications of Sophie Pecora's professional journey become abundantly clear. Her story transcends the typical boundaries of entertainment journalism. It is a definitive blueprint for the future of the media industry. We have documented a profound transfer of power. The legacy institutions that once held absolute monopolies over talent discovery and distribution are being systematically dismantled by independent creators who understand how to leverage digital infrastructure. Pecora's refusal to be sanitized by the reality television machine and her subsequent rejection of the corporate music establishment proves that authenticity is the most valuable currency in the modern economy. She weaponized the exact traits that made her an outcast: her vulnerability, her anxiety, and her refusal to conform, and transformed them into the foundation of a multi-million-dollar enterprise. Her legacy serves as a permanent correction to the assumption that artists must sacrifice their identity to achieve global success. As we sign off tonight, this investigation leaves us with a compelling final thought. As the traditional gatekeepers continue to lose their influence, how many other visionary talents are currently sitting in their bedrooms, quietly preparing to disrupt the entire industry on their own terms? Thank you for joining us for this special report. Stay vigilant, question the narrative, and we will see you on our next broadcast.